That is going to be our goal, to get some of these factory products up and running. Because we have now purchased all of the buyable land. So there are going to be no contracts to do. And since we are still in summer, there's pretty much nothing ready to harvest. So we're just going to have to do some industry for a little bit. And what better industry to get started than to probably fire up our forestry. Let's just get the Komatsu. We're going to lease this up for a little bit. And head up to the forest. Cut down some logs. Hey, Blue Jeans. Hey, Mouse. 2222. Hey, Nick. Hey, Darren, UK Truck Spotting and Gaming. And I've been thinking I probably should have staged some of this stuff, but earlier I was doing a little test gaming on a future project. Hey, Darian. How is everybody tonight? Won't take too terribly long. We just have to go up to the north side of this field and then head into the woods. Kiwi, it's not going to be on the Giants Mod Hub. I don't know where it's going to be put. But I do know where it's not going to be, and that is it's not going to be on the Giants Mod Hub. Hey, Genetic J. All of the most recent information you're going to find is going to be at the Map Authors Facebook. Link is in the description. Hey, Raznik. How you doing tonight? We missed our free game Friday the last couple weeks. Hope we get back to that. That was a fun little series. We're also going to have to buy some pallets to get our board factory up and running. Well, other than the fact that they probably won't be free once you get around to playing them. You would have been able to get a lot of free games out of the Epic Store over Christmas break. What are these signs? Oh, these signs are new. That's cool. I don't remember these signs. Those are really nice. And that is some pretty clear. For as small as those signs really are. There was a couple that I already had, so they must have been repeats from earlier freebie offers in the year. Yeah, it's definitely a way to pad your epic library. Well, Matthew, related to mods and consoles, it's all dependent upon the map author or the mod author submitting them to Giants and Giants approving them for console. That's the only way consoles can get mods is via the Giants Mod Hub. Need to change this for sure. We can't have right mouse button activating that. Hey David, what's up? That's right, this map in pretty much the form it's in now with, you know, slightly different industries. It's too thick. What? When has that ever happened? There we go. It's available in 17 for PC. Uh-oh. Oh, tragedy. How many logs do we have there? 27,000 liters. Not a lot. So I don't know how many liters goes into making a pallet. Hey Delta, what's up? Hey Billy MF Pockets, how you doing? I'm gonna grab some of these super easy to get to trees. Of course, if you buy the sawmill pallet making area, you get a little bit of trees with it. Really, you're going to also have to buy the forest around it to really be able to make use of this. $50,000. That would be good for now. Really shouldn't have leased that. I should have just bought it and sold it back. All right, now we're going to need to buy some pallets. Get ourselves a flatbed that has auto load. So truck. I don't have enough money. Take care of that problem. Won't we? Buy a couple pallets. Nope. Because the board factory needs pallets to start production, and the pallet factory needs boards to start production. So we've got to buy a few pallets to get this whole process started. Yeah, Raz, this is the map author has decided that he is, I guess, at least for now, not going to pursue the Giants mod hub, which basically then precludes console availability. Since he is has made that decision, then really it's going to be a PC only affair. There we go. You see we now have 14 units of pallets because we delivered 2 pallets of 7 pallets apiece. We have 14 units of pallets. We have 51,000 units of wood. Follow the animation. And then we are basically getting pallets made over here. Then they'll spawn over here. Once those pallets spawn, we'll bring them over here. To this area. And we'll start getting empty pallets and wood chips. Both of these facilities make wood chips. Gonna drop that off for now, because we've got some other things we need to get for some other. Oh, you know what? Let's go back. We need that flatbed. Matthew, it's the same answer. Consoles can get more mods if mod authors submit their mods to the Giants mod hub and Giants approves them for console. That is the only way consoles can get mods. Problem is, some map mod authors don't want to deal with Giants. There is no way to put a mod on a console without it being approved in the Giants mod hub, because consoles are locked down and restricted by Sony and Microsoft. Play on console, you are basically playing on a locked device, and you're only able to do what Sony and Microsoft want you to do. We're going to go get some dynamite to start our quarry up and running. So we're going to pallets, high explosives, and let's buy some dynamite. There we go. Darren, there's nothing wrong with the maps that come with the game other than that some folks don't like them. Lots of folks don't like them because they are, well, they're not really what a lot of the people would consider quality compared to a modded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Let's get a couple more. That should be enough. No. We'll have those for another day. Let's go get our blasting office up and running. Yeah, they're good for a while, but they're pretty, compared to most mod maps, they're they're fairly sparse and barren. You know, if you look at the PDA of this map has 38 fields. And I don't remember how many fields the base maps have, but it's probably in the upper teens, if not low 20. A lot of the base map is really unplayable territory. Whoa, whoa. Yep, this is going to take us back to the blasting office. I could estimate clean and green. But why do that when you can have fun of buying dynamite at the shop and running into things? Oops. Go. Now that we have dynamite in our blasting office, what clean and green was getting at was, we go here to a quarry, we go to blasting office, we could say buy 1,000 for $2,700, and now we have 13,000. But that was 2,700 bucks, $200 more than buying it at the shop. Well, Matthew, if the map author of Stone Valley submits it to the Giants Mud Hub, then maybe. So now we need to run back to the shop because we need to get some fuel and water. Oops. Wrong turn. Forgot. We're on the other side of the hill. There we go. This is the road I wanted. Because our gold separator and our stone crusher and our cement factory all need water. We're going to drop this off here and get another trailer. And this trailer is one that we are going to be testing for a friend. Go figure out where we can get some fuel. Got the running lights on this. Fuel right in front of us. Very handy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tanker is supposed to hold fuel. There we go. Hey, Grizzin. What is it? Grizzin Chew? So this map has the following production. Take a look here. So here we have a sawmill that takes wood and pallets and makes board pallets. We have a pallet factory that takes board pallets and makes pallets. We've got a quarry that has a blasting office, has a gold extractor, has a stone crusher, and has a cement factory that takes crushed stone and cement and pallets and a few other things and makes pallets of bricks. Then we also have a meat factory that takes live animals and makes meat products. We have a soy milk factory. We have a regular dairy. We have a orchard, and the orchard has 4 different types of fruit trees and 3 different greenhouses. Then we have at the pig farm a way to make pig food, and at the main farm we have a seed maker, a fertilizer maker, and a manure maker because manure is needed for the fertilizer. And that's the factories. Holy cow, this is going to take forever. Jump over here and see if we got any pallet made up. None yet. Of course, we're only running at 1x speed, so we're going to speed this up in a little bit. Speed it up now. What else do we need to buy? We need to buy some cartons. Buy some of these for various factories. Hey, Mike D. Well, the release schedule is going to be set by the map author. There's a link to his. Let's get a. You can also buy fuel in barrels. $390 for 300 liters a barrel, or we could buy fuel 50 liters in this little can. Not really 50 liters is going to fit in there. $65 for a can full of fuel. Where are we at? Oh, look. That's cool. 4 MRs glowing. That's pretty neat. Let's go to 5,000 liters. I don't know how much fuel these things are going to take. Because we also have to get some water. Oh. And by fast forwarding to tomorrow, this trailer is apparently not released yet. We're doing a little mod testing on it. This is modeled after a real tanker that we have over here in the great North America. Knock down signs left and right. So I don't know when he plans on releasing the trailer. I knew I had to haul some liquid today, so I thought, well, let's try this. I don't know where the trigger is for this trailer. Should be right there, but why is it not? Why is it not unloading? Try one more time. Turn around. That and this truck steering is slow. It's slow to respond. Okay, we got other trailers to use. This one doesn't work for some reason. No problem. No problem. We got other trailers. We're all good. We're all good. See if that other trailer fills up quicker too. I'll remember this time. Not to turn right. I have to go over this big hill first. Whoa! You tell I usually don't drive this truck. Jump the curb. Oh, woe is me. Door closed. Have to come back tomorrow. One way to fix the store being closed. Go. What? Was not supposed to be the silo skipper. Universal tanks. Yeah. Let's see if this hauls fuel. Usually I use the smaller tanks. Since I'm trying to get a bunch of factories up and running, I figured I'd use this big tank and maybe haul fuel around the map to get fuel into everything that needs fuel. Turning into a big fail. Big fail. And I knew it didn't have fuel. Trailers can be... Yeah, universal tank trailer for transporting various liquids. That's what we've got, universal tanks. Oh, you know what? I gotta open the door. There we go. There we go. Yeah, chat's a little delayed. Thanks for the help there. That's running. Let's go back up here. We have 4 pallets of boards. We ran out of wood. Yeah, we've got 4 pallets of boards and we ran out of wood. So let's go cut some more trees. Hey, Bullet Mo 5 DK, how you doing? Oops. Too bad we can't take those wood chips and start making something with them. That was 5,600. Oh, so you're either up early or you never went to bed. Oh, it's right up there in the F1 menu. Oops. Y cut, change cut length. Now there is a limited number of items that are shown in the F1 menu. Possible depending on what else you might have going on. That you're basically up against that limit. There's a tall tree. Let's grab that one. $41. One more tree. Get a big one. Right in front of us looks pretty good. Then we should have enough fuel. It's hard to say, Johnny B. Alright, so we're going to take fuel up to, as I said, the gold separator, the stone crusher, And I don't remember. I think the concrete pallet machine takes fuel. Definitely know the greenhouses take fuel. If you're talking about this map does not have horses in it, placed by default. If you want horses, you'll need to place those yourself. So that tanker had a trigger that let me pull it out. Tanker. Well, Nick, if there's such a map or such a mod out there, you could always just place it. What would you make diesel from? Doesn't look like that takes fuel, so let's pull the fuel out of the other trailer so we don't waste our diesel. You can see our heaps of dirt and stone. So let's fill. Now we're filling from the trailer. So here we have our stone heap or dirt pile. Looks really nice. Here we have a pile of stone. Second pile of stone. Well, there's a bit of flat here at the farm where you could put a placeable down. Other than that, you just pick a flat field, one of these flat fields. There's a few flat fields here that you would just have to sacrifice a corner of. There's a placeable area up here. Alright, so we're going to take some fuel down to the greenhouses. No, they take fuel. There you go, traffic. So I know the meat production does not take fuel. I don't think the dairy doesn't take fuel. I don't think soy milk takes fuel. Oh. I think it's just the 3 greenhouses. Bullet, that would be I don't know if the map author has made his announcement or not. Go check out his Facebook in the link in the description. Go ahead and subscribe or follow or whatever it is that you do with Facebook stuff. And he'll give out announcements leading up to the map release. See how much fuel these greenhouses take. Oh, just 600. This is our orchard. There we have our fruit trees. Oops. Work to get out. We do have a drivable train that goes around the map. Nick, I'm not Nick. I think I'm going to park this down here by the I'm just referring to your previous comment. There goes the train. Go get our flatbed. It's all good. I gotta figure out why the chat box is not showing up in chat anymore, or in the stream. Well, you could always use the landscaping feature to non-square the fields up if you wanted to, or use the create fields with the plow and knock out the square edges. This map So the Slovakia geo is by the same map author as the map. So the way this works is if you play with seasons and you do not add a custom geo, you'll see we have sugarcane and cotton. And you'll see that we have... Oh. I thought he had it set up different. Well, let me check something. I may have put the Slovak geo in here. Yep, okay. That's why it's like that. So, I have the Slovakia geo enabled. So if you play this map without adding additional geos, if you just activate seasons, there is a version of the Slovakian geo that is in the map that allows cotton and sugarcane. Even though cotton and sugarcane are not crops of the region, the map author acknowledges that there is likely going to be interest in playing with those crops. So he made a, let's say, unrealistic, realistic Slovakian geo in the map. If you want the full realistic geo experience, then you can activate the Slovakian geo and it basically takes out those crops. So basically there's two versions of the Slovakian geo. One that's embedded in the map that allows cotton and sugarcane. But if you don't want to do cotton and sugarcane, you can just activate the add-on Slovakian geo, which is pretty much the same thing, just has those crops taken out. Go back to this and see if I can use this for water. Doesn't seem to be working too well. Alright, well. While we test things. Easy enough to go grab something else. I don't know if there are plow jobs in winter. There shouldn't be if the ground is frozen. There are snow contracts in winter if there's snow on the ground. We're going to hopefully get to that point and be able to try some out. I saw that mouse. A little concerned though. It sounds like it's wanting to try to do something for everyone. It looked like it messed up your steering speed and it messed up a bunch of other things. Whatever happened to mods just doing one thing and doing one thing well, as opposed to trying to do a dozen different things and none of them great. when you just want to save time, that's what you do. Oh, a full load of water is heavy. I want to start making some gold. That's what I want to do. Who doesn't want to see the quarry up and running? Quarry animations are a thing of beauty. Climbing the hill, climbing the hill. Now, I don't want to badmouth the gearbox mod too much because I haven't seen it, I haven't tried it personally, but I heard that it does things with steering, like speeds up steering or slows it down based on speed. Just have a fill plane that goes up. It does indeed. Look, the fill plane is rising in the tank. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, it doing that makes it sound like it's trying to be, you know, keyboard steer. Mess with the steering for keyboard users. And as someone that both plays with a wheel and keyboard at the same time, I'm used to how the thing steers with a keyboard. You go and add some mod that supposedly makes it easier to steer with the keyboard, and you either lag out your steering wheel steering, or you get to the point where the keyboard steering is just so unresponsive that it's hard to do. Hey, Rabbit Man, how you doing? I think that's pretty cool. We got a fill plane that rises up in the water. $60,000 liters, maybe. Yep. $2,000 liters. I think most of the folks that are probably going to play with a gearbox mod or want to have a gearbox mod are probably using a steering wheel and pedals. So adding, let's say, support that makes keyboard steering easier is like really targeting two completely different audiences. Fill plane goes up too. Pretty sweet. This map has been in the making for probably quite a long time. Probably as soon as 19 came out. I know the map author was originally targeting October for a mod hub release, October of 19, but it kept getting kicked back from the mod hub for various reasons. And the map author was debating on releasing it outside the mod hub. And then I think what happened that caused another delay was that Seasons was released with console support, and that included then support for snow contracts. So then the map author started adding snow contracts to the map, which then gave it a bit of a delay. So now he's targeting early 2020. Here we have the information for the gold separator. Here we have information for the stone crusher. And here we have information for the concrete plant. The concrete plant. I think I might have my switch muted. Here's the gold separator in the stone crusher. Then here's the concrete plant. Looks like we need to bring cement and empty pallets in order to get our concrete bricks. I know there are some folks that that bought 19 and supposedly did not play it until Seasons was released. So they're fairly new to the game. Even though they've owned it for, well, by the time Seasons came out for PC, they owned it for probably about 9 months. Well, Nicholas, horses have been completely changed in Seasons, in that horses do not have the same value like they did in the vanilla game. Horses will pay you an income every night because when you, quote, buy a horse, you don't really buy it because it doesn't cost you any money. What you're doing is you're taking stewardship of a horse in order to feed it and house it and keep it groomed and everything for the horse owner. Because in real life there are folks who own horses that do not have the means of housing the horses. So they basically pay you an amount per day per horse to basically board their horse and feed it and ride it and keep it groomed. If in the event that you do not do that and the horse dies, you'll be fined $10,000 per horse. And your daily livery income, your boarding income, is based on the horse's health, is based on the horse's breed. Different breeds of horse will pay out a different amount also. And then also based on if you keep them clean and how much you ride them. see here. The soy plant takes water. Let's put water in our soy plant. That's right, Rabbit. Seasons is pretty much the only game changer. Any other mod out there, because it literally changes just about everything in the game. So 200,000, oh my gosh, 200,000 liters of water for soy milk. We're not going to fill that one up. What's auto ride? Something about auto drive? I don't see why it wouldn't. I guess, yeah. The amount shown is what's paid at midnight. I'll tell you, I haven't really paid that much attention to what's displayed versus what's paid. And of course, the different number of seasons, different days per season, also affects the daily income, because it's basically been normalized so that a horse pays out the same amount per year depending on the season length. So you're not going to get more income per day for a longer season length. What you'll get less income per day, but you obviously have more days of income. So this is the only soy milk factory on the map, yes. And soy milk. And I like how he made these kind of artistic looking images of the factories. There's a dairy. Dairy doesn't take water, it just takes raw milk, pallets, and cartons. That's good. That's good enough for the dairy. Now the greenhouses. Well, yeah, I think, yeah, the greenhouses take water. And the orchard takes water. Agrana Games, can you either put that in English or run it through Google Translate for me and paste what the English version of that is? Not sure. Unless you're asking to show the map. Maybe that's what you're asking. So while we have the map up, the blue dots, the blue icons represent production. The white icons are obviously either triggers or sell points. The yellow icons are buy points. The pink icons are train and transfer silos. All right, Nick, get you later. Built plate on that one too. Now in the winter, we'll see this hopefully. In the winter, we can't add water to our fruit trees over here. Can't add water. nor we can't add water to our greenhouses during the winter, because they'll be frozen. Cody, I have absolutely no idea what that is. You're gonna have to stick that through Google Translate and tell me what the English version is. We need to bring pallets over to here. Then we'll start getting our pallets, our boxes of fruit. Nick, you get that from the mod hub. Easy development commands is from the mod hub. Our good friend of the channel, GTX. This should be the last production that takes water. And then we'll run back and we'll get our flatbed. We'll haul some pallets around. They do produce over winter if they have water. But once they run out of water, you can't add more water to them. So really, it's the map author's attempt to turn off the fruit trees during winter, because the fruit trees shouldn't be bearing any fruit during the winter, obviously. Now the greenhouses, there's no reason the greenhouses need to stop production, because that's all the concept of the greenhouse is. The greenhouse is supposed to obviously allow you to grow plants in the winter. Go ahead and top this off. I doubt these 3 greenhouses are going to take that much water. And obviously I don't recommend or really endorse using the development controls for normal gameplay. We're just using it here for the purpose of demonstrating the map and getting things done in a timely manner. Plus, we're basically testing all the triggers. That's taking a lot more water than I thought. All right, later, Chris. Wow. Did it take 20,000? No. How much water does this take? 35. It takes almost a trailer load of water each. Must be an underground tank. Oh. Hey Cody, thanks for watching the videos. Well, I need to fill this up, what, twice more? Hey Bogdan, what's up? Yeah, I really liked this map. I liked it when it came out in 17. Never got a chance to play it much. Just was preoccupied with other projects at the time. So having an opportunity to show it off here in 19 is great honor. Looking at the decorative work there at the bottom of the greenhouse. I actually expected these greenhouses to take like 5,000 liters or something. Here we've got our lettuce, our green peppers, and I can't get over there to the tomatoes. Lee Diddy, the map will be released soon. There's a link in the description to the map author's Facebook. I encourage you to go check that out and subscribe or like or follow or whatever it is so that you get notifications of when he posts information. I'll be posting updates about the map. Map is, for the most part, done. So it should be getting released pretty darn soon. Tonight we are trying to get as much production fired up as we can. And whatever production we don't get going today, we'll get going through later streams. I'm going to drop this off the soy milk facility. Hey Christopher, what's up? Hey MC Black, how you doing? Good thing about the manure is we already have manure made up at the main farm. Because we made some up when we were making solid fertilizer. Just have to scoop it up and bring it down here. Cody, right now the map's not released, so you wouldn't be able to join because you wouldn't have the map or the mods that we're using here tonight. These are the pallets of cartons. Thanks for the sub, Shade Tree Smith. So we have pallets of cardboard basically here, flat cardboard. And we got 2 boxes of explosives. Let's bring the cardboard to a production facility we haven't seen yet. That is the meat processing plant. Of course, all of this production you need to own the land before you can produce. Thanks for the sub, Hunter. This is the meat processing plant. We bring live animals, cartons. That's cool how they all work away. And the texture on those cartons. Now we have, whoops. Are you serious? I magically managed to figure out how the exact amount there. So you can see we bring animals, pallets, and cartons, and we get meat products. You can see why we wanted to fire up that pallet production place early on. If we don't own the pallet production place, we can obviously buy pallets of pallets. If we buy pallets of pallets, then we can just deliver those pallets straight to the production facility that needs them. Hey Clint, what's up? Going to take these dynamite boxes back to the quarry. Then we're going to shoot down to the sawmill. Transfer those board pallets to the pallet factory. That goes. Let's see here. We should be able to drive through the woods, get to the sawmill. It's okay, Shade Tree Smith. I want to understand sometimes maybe sometimes folks say that YouTube unsubscribes them. Oh, nice. Waterfall back through here. Oh, junk. Here comes a train. What is that? Well, SMA clean and green. I've got a feeling that 21 will be a lot like 19. So like 15, in my opinion, was a lot like, or 17 was a lot like 15 with respect to a lot of things, which meant that a lot of mods that worked in 15 were fairly easy to bring over into 17. We had lots of script mods come over fairly quickly from 15 to 17. But when we moved from, now this is going to look pretty weird because I don't think this has any sort of provisions for board pallets. Yeah. If this even picks it up, might not even pick them up. Yeah, we're gonna have to get. We're gonna have to move them by hand. Would just use a wheel loader, but this will just be so much quicker. Johnny, I don't know. I've not tried it myself. These are some nice looking board pallets. I've not tried it myself on Switch. I mean, what I find interesting is it's so much more expensive on Switch than on. There we go. It's so much more expensive on Switch than it is on like Android or iOS, but it's the same game. So it's far cheaper to get FS20 on iOS or Android. And my understanding is it's the exact same game as the Switch version. It's just you're not paying the Nintendo tax, if you will. Again, I wouldn't normally do this other than the fact that I'm trying to obviously get this up and running for everybody. We've got our first pallet of pallets being produced. Go. I would agree. My understanding is pretty much the same thing. I mean, Farm Sim 17 came out on the Switch, and it was basically the base game, but you didn't have the ability to add any mods. So you had the in-game equipment, and you had the in-game maps, and that's all you had. So Farm Sim 20 on all those platforms is going to be mod free. So unless Giants adds more to the game, then it won't really there we go. So we'll get our pallets going. Got our first pallet of pallets right here. Let's take this. And let's take this up to the... Well, let's take this down to the shop. And we'll buy a... buy some pallets of cement. Take it up to the quarry. Then we'll get a wheel loader. And start loading up the stone crusher and the soil separator. Well, speaking of conveyor belts, clean and green, with Global Company, you can actually use a conveyor belt on heaps. So up there at the quarry, if we wanted to, we could get one of these belts. Where are they at? If we wanted to up there at the belts. So up there at the quarry, and I did this last time we were playing before we started the new map. You can get one of these, and you can get these, and basically pick up the heaps of stone and dirt and move it around at the quarry. It's pretty cool. We're going to get some cement pallets. That should be enough to start. So back in the streams we were doing in September and October, I set up a bunch of belts to move the dirt around and the stone around. It's quite an operation. I guess next stream we'll get the fruit trees working at the orchard. and try to get the greenhouses working at the orchard. Yeah, I think this autoload works a lot better. I was having issues with the autoload function that was on that Ford truck. It didn't want to pallets there and concrete here. Oh, check that out. Nice, that is pretty cool. Up. Okay. You see we have 7 units of pallets, so we'll get 7 pallets of concrete off of our 1 pallet of pallets. Important to know. Get a wheel loader. Oh, what should we get? And a bucket. All right, let's get the if that sticker right isn't in your face, let's move some dirt. Johnny B, I know about it, but I don't like it. I don't really like the idea of tabbing between people. Just weird. But to each their own, that's for sure. Well, it's the only bucket I got. The base game bucket. One reason I tried setting up the belts. Cut in front of the car. Get ourselves a scoop of soil. And we get our diesel generator running. Get our soil moving. Soil going up the belt into the first wash. It's getting separated into stone and, I guess, finer dirt. Up this belt to a second wash station where it's getting converted to some finer stone and little nuggets are popping out. Collecting in the bucket. Then after we have enough of those collect, we'll get a little toolbox over here, which will be our gold box. On Emerald Coast, I had a problem with this loader being like really squishy. Like the suspension was really bad, and the back would feel really light with just a load of silage. I got rid of it and got a JCB loader, and it runs a lot better. So this wash plant makes a heap of stone that we can also use in our stone crusher. Oh no, I don't think I have the ugliest wheel loader mod. I don't have that activated. I don't know, you just saw maybe in some earlier Emerald Coast videos where I used the cloths. I mean, it just back end, you pick up a load of silage and the back end just stops hopping around. It wobbled around a lot. It was very unstable. We get a couple more scoops of dirt, and then we'll start the stone crusher up. There's our toolbox. It's got gold in it now. Now I was using the silage fork too. It has a higher capacity than this little bucket. Alright, so let's get some stone. and get this stone crusher operational. Well, the trick with this is, I'll show you what one of the problems are. So one of the problems if you use just a bunch of conveyor belts is the soil is on the right, but it has to go over there. The stone is on the left, and it only has to go straight. So basically you have to cross your belts. It's possible, but you got to think about it a little bit. There we have our stone. Coming down here to the kind of the first crusher. We have crushed stone coming up to our second crusher. And then we have our crushed stone coming up to a third crusher. And then it's going out to 3 different piles. So we'll have a heap of crushed stone here. We'll have a heap of crushed stone there. And a heap of crushed stone here. And then we take the crushed stone and we put it over here. So do I have everything satisfied? Yep, I'm just waiting on crushed stone, gravel. Everything running there. Everything is running there. We've got 5 units of gold so far. Go back up here. I mean, you can do it. I had it working. As long as you keep the belts from wanting to walk. There's a whole bunch of those horizontal belts. And a couple other belts. So in multiplayer, this map would be really cool because there's so much production. I mean, you could imagine you could have like 3 guys working the quarry. Once it was really up and running, you could have a guy down there with a wheel loader scooping crushed stone into the concrete facility. You could have a guy up here feeding the stone crusher. You'd have somebody feeding the gold separator. It all starts at the blasting office. I'll get one more scoop of stone, and then that's going to call it for the night. We'll be back streaming on Tuesday on the map. On Tuesday, we will get the orchard up and running. Yeah, here you can see our heap of stone is piling up. It would be nice if we had maybe like a little heap of stone and a little heap of crushed stone, but we just get a heap of stone. And here we have our gold box. That's got 8 units of gold in it. Like I said, the quarry here is really, really cool. All of the animations of the belts. This dirt. I just can't get over how this dirt looks when it moves. And up the belt. Sprayed by water. And we got rocks and dirt. Again, this is getting sprayed by water. Then this whole pipe is being held up by, or I guess both of those pipes are being held up by logs. And then this system, it's a series of belts. Let's go. Let's not quit yet. Let's see if we got enough. We have enough crushed stone at this point to at least get the concrete plant moving. So you can see the animations. Thousand. That little pile. 1,800. There we go. We got a bucket of crushed stone. Oh, Johnny B, I hope not. Here we have an animation of a bucket that comes down and picks up the crushed stone and dumps it into the mixer. Okay, the mixer had a water pipe going into it. See the water pipe coming across. It's mixing the crushed stone and the water into this concrete powder. Going down the line, being formed into bricks in this magic machine. Bricks come out and get picked up by this arm and get brought over here and placed on a pallet. So that's the quarry. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, that is where we are going to leave it for the night. Like I said, take a look at the Facebook link in the description. Follow him, subscribe, whatever Facebook does, so that then you get notifications of when he basically posts. He's going to be posting a announcement soon, if he hasn't already, as to when he expects to release the map. And then keep track of the page, because he'll then be announcing where the map is released, where it's uploaded, and how to get it at some point once it's been released. Like I said, I don't know where it's being released at or exactly when it's getting released, but it's going to be very soon. And I would say, like I said last stream, you probably are going to be able to play this map and basically give this map to yourself for Valentine's Day. That's about all I know as far as when it probably is going to be available to you. Until next time, happy farming.